Who heard, in the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Allah is the greatest, Allah is the greatest, Allah is the greatest. By order of the noble mentor, spiritual connection of Hazur Kalandar Baba Aulia. In the world of Tasawwuf, Islamic mysticism, Loho Kalam, written by Imam-e Silsila Azeemiya, Abdal-e Haq Hazur Kalandar Baba Aulia, blessings upon him, is regarded as the mother of all books, al-Kitab. Within it are recorded, besides the laws of gnosis of Allah Almighty, the codes of the formulas for subjugation of the universe. To decode them, it is essential to acquire step-by-step understanding through modes of witnessing of all the works of the mentor. Once in a great assembly, a young man sat in a state of self-forgetfulness in the love of his spiritual mentor, with knees folded in reverent posture. With profound affection, the mentor gently tapped his shoulder and said, "Learn it now, otherwise, later, it will take a very long time." A few days before his passing, the mentor said, "Whomsoever you see is teaching Loho Kalam." Smilingly, no one understands Loho Kalam because no one has actually studied Loho Kalam from me. Regarding this book, the mentor's instruction is, do study Loho Kalam, but do not pressure your mind to understand it. A time will come when this book will reveal its meanings by itself. The impactful writing of an ordinary author may create a temporary impression upon the mind, like a song that has the ability to make one weep or laugh. The transformative writing of a chosen servant touches the strings of intuition and harmonizes the individual with the eternal sound, for it is a curriculum of quantities of guidance. Sometimes people would ask the mentor, "Abbaji, we do not understand such and such book of yours." He would reply, "Your mental connection with me is still weak." To someone else he would say, "You have not read my books in a step-by-step manner. That is why it puts pressure on your mind." The people of spirituality know that the Tasawwuf is documentation of the principles of obedience. If the thought and conduct of the mentor are adopted, the mind automatically molds itself into universal patterns. The inheritor of the knowledge of the prophets, Hamile ilmi laduni, the mentor said, "The knowledge of the interpretation of dreams was transmitted to me from the soul of Hazrat Yusuf, peace upon him." Then he said, the interpreter of dreams enters the unconscious state of the one narrating and sees the entire film of the dream. The interpretation is within the very realm of dreams. Once he said, "The senses of the dream are 70,000 times more intense. And who knows how many months and years in the unseen world pass within a single moment here? Who can keep pace with such speed? Who can interpret dreams? This is a knowledge passed heart to heart. It does not come through reading or writing. It is transferred." While interpreting the dreams of different individuals, the mentor said, "You have narrated an incomplete dream. You saw a divine dream, but understood it through a limited vision. You entered the unconscious state, then consciousness became dominant. Within you there is arrogance about your own dreams. When a person uses his own mind after seeing a dream, he begins to consider himself God." Once he said, "Dreams are the language of the celestial realm. A mind tied to the physical world cannot understand the divine language. Can any individual claim that they have understood the writings of the mentor through witnessing modes? Can anyone truly interpret dreams? Friends, a little attention is required. One day, in a soft voice, the mentor said to his humble servant, Hazrat Isa, peace upon him, directly transferred the knowledge of reviving the dead to me. I had thought I would use this knowledge only once. I would not let my mentor depart from this world. Then, gently patting my hand, he said, Now you tell me, would anyone ever want their mentor to depart? Then, heaving a cold sigh, he said, But I could not do that. Before his departure, Hazur Qalandar Baba Aulia shook hands with me and said, Allah Hafiz, Khwaja Sahib, you should go now. I saw it coming. I went and sat in the house of his son-in-law, next to Qalandar Baba's house. He sent a message to me. Tell Khwaja, why is he sitting here? Why does he not leave? I stood up and left. Never had I found myself so helpless and broken. Hearing this, I began to sob uncontrollably. This time, he did not console me. Once, addressing a large gathering of people, the mentor declared in a loud voice, I have introduced you to Hazur Qalandar Baba Aulia, blessings upon him. It was established as a principle that no individual can attain direct access to Hazur Qalandar Baba Aulia. In his farewell address, the mentor said, I, before Allah, before the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, before my noble mentor, Hazur Qalandar Baba Aulia, with folded hands, humbly declare that whoever, through me, held fast to the mantle of Qalandar Baba Aulia, I will never let him drown. Sallallahu ta'ala ala habibihi Muhammadin wasallam. May the peace and blessings of Allah Almighty be upon His beloved Muhammad.